A few days ago, I watched a video where a lady said she felt like a loser abroad. She had a job, a mortgage, family, and British citizenship. But compared to her friends in Nigeria, she felt like a loser. You see, sometimes relocating isn't the win we thought it would be. Your new country may be doing well, but might still be a bad fit for you. Some of the countries we talked about in episode 2 aren't for tire kickers. These countries want skilled workers, but they won't hold your hand. Now, if I were you, I'd probably be thinking, if these countries are so great, why are you in Canada? Fair question. Truth is, Canada made sense for me and my family at the time. The process was relatively easy, and back then, Canada's shakara wasn't as high as it is these days. But if I were starting today, with all the bottlenecks and policies, and I truly want to live abroad, I'd be looking beyond the usual suspects, because this isn't about where I went. It's about where Nigerians can still go without losing their savings, their mind, or their self-worth. In this episode, we're going beyond visa approvals and asking the hard questions people should ask when exploring relocation options. Some people do well in places where neighbors mind their businesses. Others feel lost without a sense of community. So before you pick a country, ask yourself, will this place bring out the best in me? If your goal is long-term settlement, maybe think beyond salary. Some countries like the UAE will pay handsomely, but won't give you a pathway to stay. So it's not just about where you can go, but where you can build, if that's your aim. Language is another filter. If learning a new one drains you, be honest about that. Some countries won't make life easy unless you speak the language. And then there's culture. Do they welcome immigrants or do they merely tolerate them? Because not everywhere that needs you will value you. If you are not clear on what you want on this move, pause. Rushing into relocation without clarity can lead to regret down the road. Let's say you move to a country where everything works, but nobody says hello, like my first neighbors in the UK. Thankfully, my next move, I had friendlier neighbors. But let's assume this is how the whole country is, everybody's minding their business. Would that drain you or suit you? Or maybe you're earning more than you ever have, but your kids are struggling in school. Your partner feels isolated, and you're always counting down to your next vacation back home. Is that success? What if the money isn't crazy? Your kids are doing well. You're safe. You feel sane and heard. Would you still call that settling? You don't have to figure everything out now, but you do need to know yourself and what you truly want from this adventure. These days on YouTube, we see more families abroad packing up and going back to Nigeria. For some, that was always the plan, but others had every intention to stay until they realized the country wasn't a good fit. The lady on the video I mentioned earlier reminded me that relocation isn't always the win we thought it would be. Not because the new country is bad, but because it might not just be a good fit. And this is where I wish we could have a real conversation like they do on that show, Cruise. Let those that are looking to japa and those that are looking to jakbada come together and speak to each other. They might learn a thing or two from each other. If your goal is just to get the papers, stack the money, and go home to invest, you already know your path. But if you want to build a life, you need to ask, 10 years from now, will I still be okay with this move? Granted, many are just fleeing chaos and just want peace. But even then, peace without purpose can still leave you feeling lost. Not every country that looks good on paper feels good in real life. Sometimes it's not about the visa or the salary. It's about you, the way you're wired. Maybe you're someone who does well in community. You like dropping in on friends, chatting in grocery aisles. Then a country where people keep to themselves might feel a little cold, even if the economy is booming. But if you're introverted, you love your space, that same place might just feel like peace. That's why fit matters more than hype. Some people move to countries where everything works and they still feel lost because they never found belonging. Others land in places with less structure but find joy in relationships and rhythm of life. The same goes for language. If you get anxious when you don't understand what's going on or frustrated having to ask for help, then maybe a country where you don't speak the language isn't ideal unless you're ready to learn or you have strong support. But if you're someone who enjoys starting from scratch, who sees language as a challenge, not a burden, it could even become something you're proud of. But if sunshine and warmth are deal breakers for you, you might want to stay clear of Canada. So before you pack your bags, ask, do I need community or am I okay on my own? I don't want no nosy neighbors kind of vibes. Do I get easily discouraged when I can't communicate? Or does it make me try harder? These aren't red flags. They are just gut checks to find out what is your fit. Because you're not just relocating your documents, you're relocating your life. It's easy to see relocation as an escape. We thought that is happening in our country these days. From blackouts to few queues to bad governance. And sometimes it is actually an escape. But if that's all it is, you might find yourself running in circles. Because no country is perfect. And every new place will test you in ways you didn't expect. The goal shouldn't just be to move. It should be to build. To build a life that fits you. To build a kind of future your kids don't have to recover from. So before you take up the next country that wants you, ask yourself, what kind of life do I want? What will I never compromise on? No matter how shiny the offer is. Because when the honeymoon era of relocation fades, those answers are what will keep you going. If you made it this far, thank you. I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Have you clicked the like button yet?